Everyone, it's Nick with Us versus Herd. If it's your first time here, you like the content, hit subscribe. If you want to get notifications from when we go live, tap the bell. And if you want to join the UVH fam, our Discord, and our free options trading group, the links are in the description below as well. Yes, I do have a cold, or I'm losing my voice. I feel good. However, my voice is telling me otherwise. But I do have some hot tea right here, so I'll be sipping some hot tea while we're doing this live stream. If you're here right now, say what up. Hopefully we can get out of here. Joshua, same here. Yeah, I mean it's kind of, I feel good, but it's really just my voice. I'm gonna try to clear it. Sorry, Keith, how you doing? Daniel, what's going on? If you made money today, comment got paid. If you lost money today, comment learned a lesson. I have 6 kids nonstop. Yeah, I mean I have two, and it's they just started school up, and you know how it goes. All right, so what we got going on here today? We had S&P's up a bit, Dow up 95. Well, this is kind of, let's see. I actually got to add some things to my watch list here, but pretty much I would say it was a pretty low volatility day. I mean, in terms of VIX, VIX at the end here hit a low of 1150. You know, it's wanting to get into the 10 range on the VIX. You know, we just had this huge spike in the last 45 minutes of power hour. It just ripped. It just ripped through. Apple dumped on the close. I wasn't watching Apple. I haven't been in Apple ever since I took a loss shorting it. Oh wow. Yeah, Keith, you're right. Apple went down from 266.50 all the way down to 262. Wow. That's nuts. That is nuts. Well, I don't feel so bad at selling my position at a loss. Did they have news? They have news? Let's ask our old friend here. Let's ask our old friend over here, Mr. Stockbot. No, not really anything here. Try to find a different source. But all right, let's get into some of these trades here. Okay. So today for me, I was kind of a mixture of green and red. Nothing really. I buy justified puts. Stock goes up. I buy obvious calls. Stock goes down. The stock gods are not with me this week. I think like for me as a trader, especially when we're in a low volatility environment, you second guess yourself. You think like, oh, because it's moving up so slow, it's gonna fall down quick. Or then when it falls down quick, you think, oh, because we've been going up for a while, we're gonna crack through and we're gonna drop. But okay, that has not been the case. So kind of get into it. First trade of the day. Didn't have a lot of trades, but Alta had a nice win on Alta. I bought it for $1.25. I bought the 235 call yesterday for $1.25. Sold it today at 236. I sold it this morning, Alta, on the spike up this morning. Thankfully, I did because it was relatively flat. I sold it at 8:35, so 5 minutes into open. Definitely didn't get this full move. The 235 call. Yeah, I sold it for 236. It's going for like 269, but it did that 230. It did hit a high of $3, so it hit above $3. So I sold for 236. So I left about $70 on the table, but I'm not terrible. I quadruple guessed myself. I had beads of sweat forming on my head. Yeah. I mean, the main thing when volatility is low Move slow. Don't second guess yourself. And anticipate more than likely you're going to have a swing position on. Because if you look at this Alta graph right here, I put the trade on yesterday. It was going up nice, then it flattened out. Then it went up huge, went from 231 up to 237, 236 area, and people will probably be like, oh man, Alta's going to have a huge day. It's going to go up to 240, 245, and then it just stopped. However, it was just maintaining a channel between 234 and 235 all day. It was maintaining a channel. So I did buy the, right before power hour, I did buy the 237.50 call for $1.40. So my goal on this is for it to hit like the 239, the 240 area. So I'm looking for right in here to kind of close this gap that was made the other day. Sorry guys, I'm gonna be taking some breaks because my voice. Just want to make sure my voice stays up to par here. So Tesla. So let's go into Tesla. This Tesla trade. I took a loss on it. I took an $88 loss on Tesla. So I bought some premium. I'm sorry. I sold some premium yesterday, and Tesla. Yesterday I knew that it was a bad idea. I even said it during the live stream that yesterday I sold the premium when it was bouncing between 240, and then it broke down more, and then I held on. Should have once it broke down to like the 236 area, I should have cut it. Would have limited my losses because I did take an additional loss. I did lose an additional $38 on it today. So I would have had a $50 loss instead of a $38 loss. But when a trade goes against you, you have to have an exit plan and an entry plan, and you have to understand like what's your max pain. And usually I don't necessarily set a dollar amount for max pain. I set a price that the stock is. I usually trade the underlying. So whatever the stock is doing, I'll set it. And I probably, once it broke down to like 236, and then it had another leg down yesterday, 234 area. I should have just cut my losses and been done with it. But today, as you can see, Tesla took a huge beating, 235 down to 237. They're just killing it. But right now, what I'm looking for is if we can come back down to this 315 area. We'll see if we can get a day trade on it this week down to the 315 area. Get some puts. Yo, Chathan, how you doing, man? Long time no see. We gotta get some games in, man. What's up, Crazy Pump on Amazon? Amazon had a couple upgrades today. Yeah, I had a plan, just didn't follow through. Didn't want to risk overnight. Yeah, you got to be careful. If it comes back in the morning, Tess, I'm thinking we're gonna want to wait on Tesla. I might just play the downside. I think it might revisit this area down in here, 310, 315 area. Yo, Aaron, how you doing, man? If you're here right now, say what up. JC. In the first day we got almost 100 subscribers on here. I knew that I was gonna take a hit in viewership, but I really wanted to make the change to better to provide you guys more consistency with the live streams and also better content on the main channel, the All Sources Heard main channel. So I'm actually surprised this many people came over. So thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Mateus, how you doing? Tobin made some money. That's what I'm talking about. So that's what I'm looking at Tesla. So I should have exited earlier. I did not. Home Depot. I was afraid that. Home Depot I made 20% on. Let's start there. Home Depot I made 20% on. I bought a debit spread on here for 10 days out, December 6th expiration. I had the 220 call. and I sold the 225 call against it. I bought it for 91 cents and I sold it for $1.09, and definitely sold it before the pop. And what I was kind of worried about, the reason why I sold it at 9.17 this morning, was really flat, and a lot of times it does move with SPY, and at the time SPY was dropping, so it was like 9.15. I thought, we had a pop here on the SPY, and then it was fading, and I thought that Home Depot was going to drop as well, because that's what it looked like. It looked like it was thinning out, looking like it wanted to revisit like the 216, 217 area from yesterday. And knowing that they had not good earnings and they lowered guidance, you want to be careful. So I'm like, okay, I'll take the 20% gains, and then I'll reload it when it gets a little lower. And then instead of it going lower, it then skyrocketed up to like 220. So now that spread, let's do the math on that spread. So I had the, actually I can do it right here. For next week, I had the 220 call. So I bought the 220 call. Bought the 220 call, and I sold the 225. So I sold it for $1.09. It's currently going for $1.71. So, we could have made another $60 or something like that. Which then my gains would have been about 80% on that. So 70%, somewhere around there. But I had a plan, and it just the market. So when the market is like this, very low volatility, it just wants to rip. The dips are very small, and it just wants to go. I did another trade on PANW, Palo Alto Networks. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Palo Alto. Jeff, what's going on? Mateus made 60% on Disney. Yeah, did they? I'll show you guys. I had a Disney trade today. PANW, Palo Alto Networks. So Palo Alto Networks makes security appliances for IT services for businesses that make firewalls, that kind of thing. They had bad earnings, so I sold the. Let's see what we got here. I sold the December 13th, so I picked 17 days out. I'm currently, let's see, what am I on this position? I'm currently up $7 on this position, 6.2%. Bought it for $1.13. And let me go into here so you guys can see my goal here. So this is what the trade looks like right now. So I bought the 215. I sold the 210 call. So I have a debit spread. I've actually been doing pretty well with debit spreads. So I've been trying them out a little bit more frequently. And what I'm looking at on PANW is for it to come back down to like the 210, 205 area, just to revisit this area. If you guys remember other stocks that missed recently, like Home Depot, had a few days of red, and that's kind of what I was banking on. So I did push it out. It was a small position. I did push it out 17 days, so that way I can, manage it. Worst case, if it decides to rip up, if it decides it wants to rip up, I'll probably just sell my debit spread on the put side and then buy another debit spread for the call side. Or maybe I'll just keep both, since the profit potential is a couple 100%. So that was the other thing, that my profit potential right now is, since I paid $1.13, it's like $480 I can make off that trade. And if you guys don't know how to calculate that, it's just the width of the strike. So since I have a $5 wide strikes, you deduct the amount that you paid, which is $1.13, minus $5, since it's $5 wide. So the max is going to be $487. So $487 is the max profit on that. Quick way to calculate. Always concentrate on the width of the strikes, and you can calculate anything when it comes to spreads. Dollar General. Oh man, Dollar. I know that they ripped down, but I didn't even know Dollar General because Dollar Tree posted earnings. I didn't think to watch these guys. I don't ever. I think I've traded Dollar Tree a couple times. I haven't traded Dollar General, but that is nuts. That is crazy. 155 back up. Might need to be on the watch list. I did another debit spread on Google. So Google, let's look at JC. We'll look at AMD for sure. Yo, Curtis, Jim Brown, how you doing? Do you like to be called Curtis or Jim Brown? I'll call you whatever you want, but let me know. So for also got this December 13th expiration debit spread. I bought the 1310 call and I sold the 1312.50 call on Google for $1.35. I'm currently up at that position like 14%. Currently in the money. This one's a little bit different than like the Palo Alto trade because I paid. Right now I'm doing $2.50 wide strike, so these are only $2.50 apart, and it costs me $1.35. So my max profit on this is only gonna be like $1.15 or so. So I'm gonna probably take it off at like 50%. So you gotta recognize your profit potential on these trades and not try to milk it for max profit, and that goes for credit spreads as well. Don't try to milk it for all that it's worth. Like on Palo Alto, you're gonna be like, oh, why didn't you milk it for $400? And once it gets towards the end of the max profit, let's say I'm up $300 on it, that last $100 is going to be a lot harder to make, and it's going to expose me to more risk than I want to make. It's better just to take the profits and put a new trade on. That was pretty much it for me. I mean, I ended the day green, but I wouldn't say it was a success. We're doing the best we can with this volatility being so low like this. I think I actually did a test trade on Disney on this account. I had a trade that let me. So Disney, I paid 44 cents for this, and I sold it for 98 cents, 93 cents on Disney. Disney was one that kind of just kind of faded off today. So I didn't get the full thing, but that was my first. I was just testing out the fills on Thinkorswim. I haven't actually done a trade on Thinkorswim in about 8 months or so, maybe 7 months. But yeah, let's look at AMD JC. But yeah, Disney was doing well until just sold off a couple bucks. So for me, I always get worried about charts like this because you could have one bad news, like terrible news, will bring you down to 34. This could easily drop $35, or even drop $5, or drop, at least $2.50. For me, you didn't know where this was going to end, and it looks like now it's descending. So the question is it going to go? I think that would be a good case for some Stringles. Today it was down 80%. If you can get a good price on some Stringles, if you did like a bear skewed, like if you bought the 39 put and sold the 41 and bought the 41 call, that would cost you. So if I bought the 39 put and the 41 call, cost me $1.18, delta 49. So if it moved down $1, I would be up about 30%. Not bad. So for me I would put the 41 call as protection, but I would buy that 39 put even though it's right in that. If you want, you can get the 38.50, get a little bit better pricing if you want to go down to like 95 cents, under a dollar. Thinkorswim pisses me off. I can't sell stock I've had for a while, then use that money same day. You don't have a margin account. You need a margin account to do that. Yeah, Robinhood makes it much easier. Yeah, I mean, you just need a margin account. I mean, I can buy and sell and trade on here as I please if I want to. I've just chosen not to. I mean, I really like the Thinkorswim platform, but you know, in terms of Tastyworks, I think Tastyworks a lot easier to use when you're moving strikes around. I really like honestly the main feature that I like. So let's say I'm putting a trade on. Let's just say SPY. You know, because you guys know I do like a lot of stringles and stuff. What I like to do is, like, let's say I make a stringle. I mean, what I like to do is just kind of drag around the pricing and check things out and see, you know, what kind of pricing I get. And I really like that feature, and you can't do that on Tastyworks. Yo, Aaron, you just need a margin account. You don't need a trade on margin. So I don't recommend trading on margin. You know, I don't trade on margin. You know, you don't want to go in debt. You don't want to take out like you don't want to go in debt to your brokerage. Question: Isn't trading on margin a little dangerous? So you don't have to trade on margin actually, and they don't even let you trade options on margin. If you want, you could buy stock on margin, but they don't even let you trade. They don't even let you trade options on margin. But you can buy stock on margin if you want. But you need a margin account so that way you don't have to wait for that to settle, or just deposit more money that you can use. You know? Mateus, yeah. So yeah, I mean, doing trades on margin is probably one of the most dangerous things that you can do, unless you have the money to back it. But most people that trade on margin don't. So, you know, it would be like maxing out your credit cards and then going and buy a bunch of lottery tickets and hoping for the best. You know, and some people get lucky, but you know, for the 99.9% of people, they're gonna have TD Ameritrade giving them a call and say like, "Hey, buddy, where's my money? Or I'm gonna send someone over to your house." You know, that's what it's gonna be. But yeah, that's pretty much all the plays, all the trades that I did for the day. Any stocks you guys want to look at? Probably not gonna have a super long stream here since I'm gonna have my voice is a little. Every time I sell a stock, I just deposit more so I can play with more. But yeah, you just need some upgrades to your account. It doesn't cost you anything. I think though, for a margin account with TD Ameritrade, you do need to deposit $2,000. You know, most brokerages, you need to deposit at least $2,000 to get approved for a margin account. But yeah, SPY really ripped up. Nvidia I've been watching Nvidia to see if I want to make a play. I mean, this was actually down 2% today. I thought I was going to bounce back up, but I didn't play it. Apple, I mean, I've been trying to short Apple. I had the 260 puts that I sold for a loss the other day. You know, I mean, what can you do with Apple? It looks like it's defending the 260 area, so I guess on Apple, all you can really do is buy the dips for right now. Netflix, I am, even though it was red today, I am bullish on it if it keeps closing above like 305. I am bullish on that. If it starts trading below 305, then below 300, you know. Yeah, CBay, I did see some stuff in the news regarding CBay. I mean, that went from a mid-level penny stock to legit penny stock in one day. I don't even know what those puts are up. Let's see, like the five. Let's see. It's going for So $5. Let's see what those $5 puts were going for before the fall. I'm glad I don't have stock. Oh, they didn't even have 5. They didn't even have these. Do they not have options? Did CBay not have options before today? Let's check another strike. I don't think CBay had options because these are monthly options. So CBay didn't have options until today. Is that right, Tobin? Because you trade options on it, or you trade stock? But it looks like because all these pricing. Let's look at the calls. Yeah. Well, I guess we could trade options on CBay now if you really want to, but I don't know. Now that's $1.50. I don't know if you want to trade that. I guess you could buy some calls and hope for the best, but it's not really a good strategy. Not a really good strategy there. So, anyways, guys, I'm gonna rest my voice. I'm gonna be doing a watch list video for later. Definitely was good. Things are gonna be slowing down now that going into Thanksgiving. So, thanks for supporting me on this stream, on this channel. My voice cracked there. As always, stay safe, stay green. It's us versus Zerg.